Good morning. Welcome to your Saturday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here were some words of wisdom for us today. And I have a little tickle in my throat because something is obviously flying around out there. And TJ and I took our walk about 5:30, and I've been clearing my throat ever since. So we'll see if we can get through this without coughing. Good morning, Janine. Glad you are here. Welcome. Hoping we get a few folks on. I know some people are gone for the Memorial Weekend, but hopefully there will be some of you who pop on for this message, which comes from the Higher Intuitions deck by Christy Robinette and Jonna Gibson Bowman. So let's just take a couple of nice deep breaths to settle in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I didn't even set off a coughing fit. Yay! So here is our card for today. And interestingly, this one, as I was shuffling, twice I had cards fly out of the deck. And this was one of the cards that flew out of the deck. So there's a cat sitting on a tree stump. And our word is independence. Cat, independence. Keywords: clever, secretive, mysterious, intelligent, independent, nocturnal. Nocturnal, that's not me. Okay, the quote is from Unknown. It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. So that's kind of the focal point for this particular reading. Welcome to those of you who have popped on, and I'm not seeing your names, but I'm glad you're here. If you have chosen Cat, actually I kind of think Cat chose us since she leaped from the deck. This is a strong message that you are to look at where in your life you are relying too heavily on another. Cat tells you that you are intelligent and clever enough to walk your own path. If you've just received a new job or a job promotion, you may feel like you are walking unsteadily, but Cat tells you that you are not giving yourself enough credit. How many of us don't give ourselves enough credit, right? With regard to relationships, Cat tells you that you need to look at the balance of your relationship. Have you been letting your partner take the lead and make the decisions without your input? If so, it's time to rebalance the relationship. Cats have always been associated with mystery and the supernatural. It was once believed that cats were demons or spirits, and witches used them as their familiars. They can sometimes be unpredictable and sneaky. You may be interested in the supernatural or New Age pursuits. Cat tells you to research and learn. I'm going to caution with the research that you look at your sources and make sure they're viable sources. Cats are also associated with healers and healing, with their calming purrs being used on a vibrational level as healing. If you want to calm somebody down and they're not afraid of cats, have them hold a cat until it begins to purr. And then if they put their hand right here on that cat, that vibration is a very soothing thing for human beings. You can snuggle with a cat or kitten, but if you aren't fond of the creatures, you can also use massage, meditation, or acupuncture. Or you may simply just need a cat nap. Good morning, Linda. And what better weekend to get a cat nap than Memorial Day weekend, when we're meant to be taking some time to pause and reflect, etc. Cats are also nocturnal, and since many are afraid of the darkness, Cat tells you that it is time for you to look within at the deep and dark fears that you have suppressed. And I think that is one of the hero's journeys that we are taking right now in this time in our world, is looking at our fears and how they create divides between people and foster us versus them, etc. So there was one little part here. I want to go back to the part where it says, getting a strong message that you are to look at where in your life you're relying too heavily on another. Good morning, Samantha. Happy to see you here. Welcome. So one for me that I faced yesterday was I'd gone with my sister to her appointment in Madison, and when I got back, there was a an email notice that this group that I've just joined, it's a meetup group for fun, feisty, and over 50, and they do a ton of stuff. Like in a particular week, they may have 3 or 4 activities going on. And I had found myself relying too heavily. I haven't gone to any of the events yet. I signed up at the beginning of this month, and I'm like, okay, which one am I going to pick? What am I going to go to? And I don't mind walking into places by myself. I'm not fond if I don't know who I'm going to meet. So I know one person in this group. She's the one who reached out and invited me to join it. So I sent her a message and said, I'm being a total weenie here, and I want to commit to coming to something, and so I'm making a commitment. Basically, I'm going to do this. So then I looked at the various events, and next Wednesday they have one in Neenah, which is not very far from me. So I signed myself up, and I will go, and I will do my famous don't think, just do it, don't think, just do it, don't think, just do it as I drive over there. Because COVID really, I'm realizing how much COVID took the social out of me. I became very comfortable in my little nests, and it's time to branch out. It's time to be out among people. It's time to do some things. So yeah, so I called myself out on the relying too heavily on others, and I'm going to go do this next Wednesday. So what about for you? Where are you needing to look at where you're getting stuck? One that I heard someone say, one of my clients say earlier this week, was that she wasn't getting out and walking because she relied heavily on this friend to go with her. And if the friend wasn't available that particular morning, she just didn't go. So we worked on going anyway. It's lovely to have people in our lives to do things with or to be with, but there's so much to be said for being willing to do things on your own. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go check out this store I've never been to. I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to take myself out for coffee. Whatever it is, being willing to do it independently. Because what that does then is create a balance in those interdependent relationships where I rely on someone, they rely on me, but we're not dependent on each other for any of those things to happen. We can do them on our own also. So how's this chiming for you? How's this sitting with you? Is this something that you're thinking, yeah, it would be good for me to take a look at this and take a deeper dive into what are my fears and where am I letting my fears get in the way? Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Where am I letting my fears get in the way? And the sneaky thing about fears is oftentimes they're subconscious in nature. So we feel them, but we don't necessarily register that we're feeling them and we're reacting to them. So I saw one today. I was walking my dog at 5:30 a.m. and there's this young man who always walks through, headed the other way. I think he's on his way to work. I can tell he's uncomfortable with my dog. And so as we were walking down the sidewalk on one side of the road, he had just come around the corner and was walking toward us. And when he saw us, he crossed the street. I noticed. And we always say hi to each other, so I said hi, and I just kept going with the dog. And my dog is fear reactive also, so he's alerting because there's a man, and he's uncomfortable, and the guy's uncomfortable. And I'm like, there is that not overly aware underlying thing that the young man reacted to, crossed the street, probably without even thinking, and it would be good to look at that. So he could call from the other side of the street, I'm uncomfortable with your dog, would you mind if I practiced saying hi? So, and that would be great practice for TJ also, because he gets really excited and he likes to jump and whatever. So we're practicing the off. It would be a good experience for everybody. What about for you? So if Kat popped up here and Kat is talking about independence, where are you feeling a little too dependent on someone or something that you'd like to ease that up a bit? Because again, that closes in more and more. Good morning, Judy. Glad to have you here. It closes in more and more when we don't pay attention to it. Pretty soon we find ourselves not doing things we were previously ready, willing, and able to do because we're not questioning those fears. All right? So today is the day where I want you to think about, yeah, what haven't I done in a while that I used to like to do, but now I'm kind of limiting myself because I don't want to go alone, I don't know, I haven't been there in a while, all that chatter that we tell ourselves that keeps us from doing the things that are going to make our lives more rich and full, right? So today is the day to express your independence. Where have you been wanting to go that you haven't allowed yourself to go? Go there. Go there. I like driving around and going, ooh, that's a fun little shop. Let's go there. Yesterday, I haven't been out and about much, again, because of the COVID stuff. But as we were killing time before my sister's appointment, we went into a bunch of fun little Madison resale shops. And I ended up with a whole bag of stuff that, because I'm wanting to step more into who the real me is. So a little less of the plain old boring t-shirts, and let's do something a little more fun here. So now I've got to get things washed up and a few things sewed up, and we'll have some new outfits to wear, which would be fun. So, and it was good to get out and do some things to take her mind off the appointment, which went well. So independence. How will you exercise this today? Nancy has the fear chatter going on a lot. Yes. So one of the things, let me teach you this, as long as we're on here, we're doing this. 2 simple little things that I think can help shut up the chatter, all right? One is just tapping right here. And if you really want to measure it, it's your subjective measurement, but start with, on a scale from 0 to 10, how much is this chatter impacting me right now? If it's a 1, well, it's not really bothering you. As it gets up to 5, it's starting to have an impingement in your life. If you're up at 10, it's in your face and you can't do anything else but listen to it, be inundated by it, right? So you give it a number, then just start tapping. And there's a whole series of tapping you can do. And if you want excellent resources on tapping, go to thetappingsolution.com. And they have all kinds of free little video things where you follow along as they're doing the tapping for various things, fear being one of them. So you just tap, and then when you stop, take a nice deep breath, and now check in with yourself again. What number would you give that chatter now? Because sometimes people will say to me, well, you just distracted me with this. Try to drum it back up. Try to get it right back up to a 10. In many cases, you won't be able to get it driven back up there, because one of the explanations for why this works is there's, in ancient Chinese medicine, little meridian points, little switching stations electrically in your body, and this is one of the ones that kind of flushes out the switching station so that there's flow again. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is called the whole brain posture. So you just cross one ankle over the other. Just trust that you have the right ankle. Arms out in front of you like a zombie. Cross one wrist over the other, and then turn your palms down. You can rest them in your lap or up to your chest, whatever's more comfortable. And just sit. Just sit. And what you're looking for is some kind of a shift. In this case, that shift would be a quieting of your mind. A quieting of your mind. And you just sit like this for a little bit. Maybe a couple of minutes, may happen quicker, whatever, and then there will be this shift. Then you want to uncross your feet, put them flat on the floor, and tent your fingers. So if you think about your brain, here's your brain sitting in your head, it's your little biocomputer. This part told your brain to edit that program of fear and chatter, and this tells it to save a new program. Okay, so there's more peace and there's more quiet. And again, you can do these things anywhere. You can be driving in the car and just kind of massaging that area. You can be sitting in a meeting with your hands underneath the table like this, just chilling yourself out. But these are fun, easy little tools that you can do anytime, anywhere to release that chatter. My brain never used to shut up. It never shut up. So I really love these tools to get peace and quiet within. All right, another fun little thing we just kind of snuck in there. So again, back to our card, independence. That's what we're going to work on today. Go do something you wouldn't have otherwise done by yourself and just see how it goes. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Oh, I want to plant a seed too. I have an upcoming retreat I'm going to for a board I just am joining, and I'm going to be out of town for several days. I'm actually going to take a break from doing YEMIGs. I have not had a break for probably, 4 or 5 years of doing YEMIGs every single day. Good morning, Trudy. Glad you're here. We're just about done, but it'll be posted shortly for you to watch again. I'm going to take a break for those 3 or 4 days that I'm gone. You can watch old ones if you want, etc., but I just want to see what that is like to not do this in the morning. Now, don't worry, I'm going to be back, but I'm going to take a break just to see what that's like. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including fostering your own independence. Bye-bye.